Okay, so cross correlation is basically when you have two different signals and they are compared or basically shifted and multiplied. It's basically flip, shift and multiply. Now when you do this operation, when they are one over another, their relation should go high. So it should follow a rising curve followed by a descending curve. And autocorrelation is the peak that you achieved. So if I say this is the threshold, and if I check these two signals, I can say this signal is definitely crossing the threshold and it has to be same as your original signal. So this is your original image, and for both the cases, and this could be your test image. So you can see that when the images are not matching, your correlation values are less. But if the images are matching, your correlation value crosses. That's why autocorrelation will always have a peak when there is zero displacement between the two images. And from this peak we can find out whether they are same images or not. Now what is color image? So each image could be split into three color planes, RGB, and we can compare these RGB histograms for different Euclidean distances to match the image. Or it could be a HSV color space where you have U, which is the spin of this cylinder, saturation is the radius of this cylinder, and value is the height of this cylinder. You can see extreme black is there at the bottom and extreme white will be there at the top of the cylinder. So HSV stands for U, saturation and value. What is a histogram? I was talking about histogram from long number of time. Basically you have different pixel levels or any levels and number of time that level occurs. This plot is actually called histogram, and the histogram could be of different themes. Here we can see histogram of arrivals. In case of an image, you can see a grayscale image which varies between 0 to 255, and if we try and plot the values of the frequency of each pixel occur, it will show a graph something like this. So representation of image histogram is something like a black level appears near 0 and white level appears near 255 for 8-bit histogram, and the grey levels will lie in between. And this height of the bar will represent कि वो pixel कितनी बार आपके image में repeat हुआ है. Then color moments. So if I give you three fabrics and ask you are they same, so you can say they look same but they are not exactly. So we generally say color moments by shades of the same color. So until and unless you are in this range, you will say yeah, they all belong to violet. From this point onwards you will say no, they look bluish, and till this point. Then you will say no, they are sky blue. Then you will say they are green, then they are yellow, then they become orange, then they become red. So these are the color moments we should track. So if your object lies within the same color moment, let's say you are cut off it at this point. So within this range, if your object is there, you can say okay, they could be matching. If your object lies between the same range as blue, so basically your color moments that we track, and we can say ki if the first point is at this location and second is at this, it's okay to match. But I cannot say one image at this location and second color moment at this location. You cannot say those two images would be same. So here you can see the three fabric lies more or less in the same color range. But you can see the first and third, if I give you, they don't look the same. So you can say these two looks the same, these two looks the same, but first and third will not look the same. That is because the distance between first and third is large. That's why your color moment is small, then you can say your images might be of same type. Then there are three types of moments. Basically you can take mean of the moment, you can calculate the standard deviation of the moment, or you can see the leptokurtic, platokurtic, or basically skewness of the moments. And these are the corresponding mathematical formulas. We come to the result. The data sample of 189 images were tested. Now from 181 to 189 are the original image only with corrupted query image, and the corruption factor we had added, that is basically additive noise plus multiplicative noise, is around 5% up to 50%. So this is how you corrupt your image. You have your original image you add some noise into it and it will look something like this. And this should not affect your result of algorithm, because you can see the color remains more or less same, your shape remains more or less same, your texture remains more or less same. So the results which we produced with L1, L2, L3, L4 and L5, this is basically time required to generate those results, and we can see that L1, that is absolute distance, will take the minimum time. Similarly L2 norm is taking a bit longer, but you can see these all numbers are in microseconds, so execution time is very fast. Then graphically, if you want to see the accuracy, I can definitely say that L1 has the maximum accuracy. It reduces with L2. Again we have a good accuracy at standard as L2, and that is basically standard deviation of L2, and then again accuracy reduced with other methods. Similarly, case 1 was with 0% additive noise and 0.2% multiplicative noise, or vice versa, and these are the values that we get with basically we have searched for 10 images, and out of which are 11 images, I guess, something like that, and out of which 9 were found correct, 8 were found correct. So these are the corrupted images we have introduced and found out to be there, and its corresponding time, and you can see the accuracy. These two plots we have already seen in the previous slide. And similarly we have repeated the same case where the multiplicative and additive noise both were 0.5%, and we can still see the accuracy with L1 norms proves to be way higher than others, and standard L2 is quite comparable, but the time is also for L1 normalized proved to be better. So we optimize in time and accuracy, and we can conclude that L1 proves to be the best method by looking at this graph. Even in the time it should be minimum, and in the accuracy it should be maximum. So we can conclude that L1 and standard as L2 are both methods are almost equal in accuracy, but L1 has some kind of upper hand. We will stop here and continue next week.